There's part of me that hopes that you don't enjoy this, because I don't know if I can do this again. You will very rarely hear me use that word, and mean it. But that is offensive to music. I mean, is this intended for adults? Welcome back. As you can tell, this is another reaction video. However, I've decided to put a little bit of a special spin on it this time. Now, these are all songs that were suggested after I asked friends of mine who know my taste in music pretty well to send me a song, the first one that comes to mind, that you think I would hate. Because it's all well and good reacting to stuff and discovering new music that's, you know, I wouldn't normally see otherwise, and finding new bands to dive into and stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. But I thought it would be quite interesting to knowingly torture myself for your entertainment. So, these are going to be 5 songs. One of them is my choice. It's sort of what started this idea in the first place. We'll get into it. So this first song, which was my idea, is a song which on paper should be literally the worst song I've ever heard. Because 2 things you may know about me is that I hate Abba. I hate Abba! And I hate Christmas music. We have to play Christmas music. Why? Because it's Christmas. Okay, well I don't like Christmas music. It doesn't matter. We have to listen to it, you bastard. And this is a Christmas song by Abba. I can't believe I'm doing this. So this is Little Things by Abba, which came out a couple of years ago. How are they still alive? Why are they still alive?
Little things like my gentle touch, that so little can achieve so much. Little things like your sleepy smile. It's a lovely Christmas morning, and why don't we stay? Children bursting with giggles and screams.
I'm already regretting this decision. Why did I think this would be a good idea? This is so horrible already, and it hasn't even kicked in. Although thankfully we are already a third of the way through, somehow. Ugh. I probably clipped the microphone there, but I don't care. This is horrible.
Oh, what joy Santa brings. Thanks, old friend, for packing Christmas.
Was that, or was that not, almost Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? They can't even write an original melody for a Christmas song? Oh my god.
Little things, a surprise. Little things like that happy noise. As this lovely Christmas morning, it's our children playing.
I've said this before about Abba. I know English isn't their first language, but by now they should be pretty proficient in English. That happy little noise? Who says that? Sound, maybe. Noise? A noise is inherently an unpleasant sound. How can it be happy? This is so idiotic.
With their new toys, little moments of better than this. Oh, Santa brings, thanks old friend for packing Christmas. Little things. Thank you, dear old
Rammstein already did this.
friend, for packing Christmas stockings full of nice little.
Little things like the precious jewels on rainbows that will fill
Enough. Oh. Ugh. I feel dirty after that. That was about as bad as I was imagining it being. Oh, God damn it, man. I mean, why did I think this was going to be a fun idea? Oh, that was so horrible. Every cell in my body was wanting to leap out the chair. You better appreciate this. Abba, please stop. Just stop. You stopped and then you started again. Why? For whose benefit? Who is this song for? Oh, God damn, man. That genuinely makes me feel a little bit sick. That was horrible. 0 out of 10. Minus 10 out of 10. I did foresee this happening. But Jesus, man. Okay, fine. I got nothing more to say. That was gut-wrenchingly disgusting, and I never, ever, ever want to hear it again. Okay, so the rest of these songs I don't know anything about. I've not listened to them, I haven't checked them out. I have no clue what I'm about to experience. This one, it was suggested by my friend Lucy. I was going to ask for like a sort of brief description, but then I thought, no, I'm just going to go into this no lube and see what happens. So this is Madilyn May, What's Going On? Exclamation mark.
Human bone and skin. I'm something smaller, staring out the skull with a panel of wire and button every one of them. Does being human mean pretending to know what's going on? Shit together, how do humans keep on getting worse? I'd go back to space, but they've invaded out there. Anyone tell me what's going on? Might be a little bit behind trends and slang in other ways. Stuff gets underneath my skin. It's hard to let anyone.
Okay, obviously this is dreadful, but the video is actually pretty good. Obviously a lot of painstaking work has gone into the video. I can appreciate that for what it is. This song, I mean, is this intended for adults? Because this sounds like something that would be on a toddler's TV show. If this is intended for adults, we're screwed.
In again, my walls go up. I'm on the fence. My solitude is safe. I feel alien. I am an alien. They're staring out the skull through two big eye sockets, and I just don't understand how to become one of them. What's going on? Couple words, get your shit together. How do humans keep on getting worse? We're doomed.
This section of the song isn't terrible. I guess when you take most of the song away, it becomes better. Lyrically, weirdly relatable in some of the things she's, in a poetic way, some of the things that she's singing about. And I'll say her harmonizing is good, like objectively good, but this song is very, very bad. For some reason, the image This is breaking my brain, clearly. For some reason, the image I just got flashed in my mind was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I think is quite telling of this song. What am I supposed to get out of that? I'll say the same again. If this is intended for adults, we're a little bit screwed as a society, I think. If I was 4, I'd probably enjoy this, or I probably wouldn't mind it. Maybe I'm just being small-minded, but I can't picture in my mind a situation in which an adult, or group of adults for that matter, would sit around and listen to this. Like, this live? Ugh. Yeah, Lucy, you're entirely right. I did not like this. I think the way you worded it is I'd either love it or hate it. I very much hate it. And I don't understand why this exists. This was extremely bad. Overall, like I said, I think the video was cool, but we're not talking about the video. Her harmonizing voice was good. I can't fault that. But the song around it was so annoying. Plinkety plonkety toddler music, essentially. Yeah, this was very, very horrible. And I don't ever want to listen to this again either. So, good job, Lucy. The next one comes from a different friend of mine, Esco. I prompted him with the same thing. Send me a song that you think I'll hate. With no context, nothing. And he sent me Doechii Anxiety. Again, I was curious, but I, again, wanted to just go in completely ignorant. And so I am doing. As are you, if you don't know the song. So, let's go.
Somebody's watching me and my anxiety. Jojo, I bounce back, no pogo, unhappy, no homo, new brands, no logos. Shout out to Oyenda, that's the guzzler. Okay, next thing, my life is a wet dream. I call it a sex scene, the back is a nice tease. I tried to escape. Anxiety, keep on trying me. I feel it quietly.
Okay, so far this is the one I hate the least. This is the least offensive to my senses. But I think starting off with Abba, I think that's probably going to be the case moving forward, but let's see. There was obviously a reasonable budget for this video, but she couldn't afford a top. This is a song from ages ago. I recognised it as soon as it came in. I can't think of what it's called or who the original artist was, but I do know the original. I think you probably recognise it as well. This is a well-known song, the original. This is so far not making me want to get up and leave, but it is boring. I will say that. Let's carry on.
Trying to silence me, anxiety, shake it off of me. Keep it trying, gotta shake it off of me. It's my anxiety, can't let it. Somebody's watching me. Anxiety, oh, I feel anxiety. Corridor, Marco, Polo, Negro run from Popo. That blue light and that rojo.
I'll say, this is me trying to be as nice as I can be about it. If this came on in a bar or something, I wouldn't mind. This is fine as background music. That is about as complimentary to this as I can be. Do I hate this though? I definitely don't love it. I'm incredibly neutral at best, I will say.
And it's like I get this tightness in my chest. Fan is standing on me, and I just let it. He keeps on trying me. Anxiety keeps on trying. So I feel the silence, keep it quiet, keeps it tired. Oh, somebody's touching my shit. Try it, try it, try it. Gotta keep it off of me. It's my anxiety. Oh, somebody can me, shake, shake, get off of me. It's my anxiety. Gotta keep it off of me.
Okay, that's enough. Very boring. Not very dynamic, not particularly progressive. Was there even a chorus? I don't know. I don't know. The video was better than the song, I think. Although the clothing budget should have been, boosted a little bit, I think. I'm taking the piss, obviously. I can't even say it's crap. It's just so mid and dull and not original. Can I call it a rip-off of another song? Maybe. I've said this before in reaction videos. I'm sure, I know there is an audience for this kind of music. It's just not me. And obviously, Escort, you know this. But I will say I didn't hate this. Which is kind of worse in a way. If I hated it, I'd have a lot more to say, but this was so mid and inoffensive, honestly. Just bleh. Just not good. Not interested in ever hearing it again, or hearing anything else by Doechii, I assume that's how it's pronounced. Really got nothing else to say. This was underwhelming in every sense. This song comes from my good friend Luis. We go back a long, long time, and he was the first person I asked because he knows my taste in music probably better than anyone else. This was his suggestion, one of his suggestions. He had a few, but I chose this one and the next one. And this is Jojo Siwa with a song called Karma. And I know nothing about this. I've never heard of this artist before, but I will say that this video got ratioed to hell, so I have high hopes for this one, or high-low hopes, I don't know, let's just get into it.
I was a bad girl, I did some bad things. I swear I did it all for fun and it meant nothing. It never happened. A tree falls in the forest, no one hears it. Another late night, a wild child, you always knew it. It was a matter of time before I blew it. That's boy, you'll end up just like me. Karma's a bitch, I should've known better. I saw the pics of you and her, I felt the knife twist. Karma's a bitch. She is a good girl, I think she's boring, believe me.
I was expecting a chorus there. That was like a quarter of a chorus. Obviously, needless to say, this is very bad and generic and not very interesting. And actually kind of dated. This sounds like music from 15 years ago, but not in a good way. Not in a like nostalgic kind of way. Like music was like this was bad 15 or 20 years ago. It's still bad. Why are you doing it again? I will say, for the time being at least, I don't understand why it's been ratioed to hell so badly. I can see a lot of people being into this. No, certainly not me, but it's not. It doesn't stand out as something that's technically bad in a popular sense, you know. I think it's bad, but I think most normies probably wouldn't. I don't know. Let's carry on.
20 minutes later, you'll be snoring. But it still kills me that you hooked up with her. That shall not lie, that shall not cheat. I'll write it down 1,000 times and hope it sets me free. I wish I would've never left around. When I saw the pics of you and her, I felt the night twist. And now, karma's a bitch. Let her be good, 'cause what goes around comes around. Karma's a bitch. When I lay me down to sleep, it's not your body next to me. This lonely room feels so empty, just me and my regrets. And cold blue eyes look back at
Is this another case of that, what's the name? Something black with the Friday song. You know the one I mean. Is this another case of that? Because she looks about 15. And the things that she's talking about in the song don't really seem like they would be concerns of someone so young. And she's coming across very like, I know how the world works, where, you know, at that age you really don't. So, what was her name? Was it Sarah Black? Sandra Black? I don't know. You'll let me know in the comments. I don't care. But I'm sort of, maybe it's another case of that. It's like, Daddy paid for this music video so I could be popular online, right? Maybe it's that. Very bad though.
me. The mirror has no sympathy. My guilt's become a symphony that won't let me forget. If I had a wish, I would've never left around. When I saw the pics of you, I twist. Karma's a bitch. Karma, and she's with you right now. Karma's a bitch. Karma goes around, comes around. Karma's a bitch. Karma, and she's with you right now.
Okay, thankfully that's over now. Once again, I feel dirty having watched that and listened to that. I gotta say though, I don't understand why it's been ratioed so much. Maybe there's some meta thing that I'm unaware of. Maybe she's a prick or something, I don't know. But I could see this appealing to people. Not any people I would associate myself with. Considering the ratio, this is why I like doing these things without any context, because I was assuming it was going to be way worse than that. I mean, it was bad. It was very, very bad. Unoriginal and boring and flat and out of date, like 10 years ago out of date. Dreadful. Horrible. I will never listen to this again. I'm lost for words. I don't know who she is or what she's about. Like I say, maybe she's just a terrible person and people are downvoting the video because of that. I hated this. I think this is awful music, but I understand that there is a market for this kind of music, so I don't know. But yes, Luis, you were right to pick this song. This is very bad and unsettling in its presentation. I don't want to think about this anymore. Moving on. Okay, so the last one is second suggestion by Luis, and it's Cash, Cobain, and J. Cole with the song Grippy. Now, in my mind, J. Cole is a rapper, a current, like, modern day rapper type person, so I'm probably not going to be into this. There's a section in my mind of rappers whose music I don't enjoy, and I believe J. Cole is in there. So, let's see how we get on with this last one.
She like my kick game, and when you meet on kick game, I put her front row to Nick game. Now she in my phone with a nickname. It's Grippy, Grippy. I call her that cause it's grippy. She thinking that if she a hippie, and she thinking the lips she gon' lick me, and she sending a fit when she gon' chew on this stick like it's Wrigley's. Yeah. Believe it or not, like Ripley's. She said she was gay until I slayed. Now she strictly. As soon as she on the highway, I'm doing 150. Like I gotta get you up out of the Vickies. Like. So good, I just had an epiphany. How you made me tap out so swiftly, but I'm back for the second round victory. I remember I
If you perchance watched my WTF is Joey Valence and Bray video, I kind of explained what I'm thinking in that video is that a lot of hip-hop and rap that I've become acquainted with over the last 10, 15, 20 years is quite lazy, and this is pretty much what I'm talking about. Both the beats and the energy in the vocals are just brain dead in this. What the hell am I supposed to do with this song? I genuinely feel like my IQ is dropping whilst listening to this.
Oh, you on Fifth Ave with your homies Sabrina and Tiffany. I was thinking like, damn, your whole click bad, but I wanted your body specifically. Like, I'm trying to see how to.
He just crammed the word specifically into a line by shortening it to spiffly. That's not how English works, dude.
Glove gon' fit me. Like, I wanna feel like I'm touching your kidneys. Like, she wet, she wet, she a grippy. She wet, she wet, she a grippy.
Feel like it was a recipe. Like, Shanti, I wanna make you a mommy. You look good as a red dress, but you a hottie. You let me hit, I'm a bust a shilati. Like, damn, so like, you got a that I wanna be on. Like, damn, Jada, you know I would never play her. Can I put you on my face, love? I want you, and now I want it later.
I can't understand a goddamn word you're saying. Open your goddamn mouth when you're rapping.
Hey, Kayla, got a body like you waiter. Can I put you on my face, love? That creamy call you mashed potatoes. Hey, I gotta hit one more time to remind ya. Hey, damn, Naya, you the quiet, you the shy one. Also, you're with Naya. Hey, damn, Tony, I know.
Seriously, what the hell has this person been saying for the last 30 seconds? It sounds like someone who is concussed, just got hit by a fire truck, and is now laying on a gurney trying to explain what just happened to the paramedics. Why does this exist?
That shit macaroni. I wanna be one of the homies, get rid of that. Don't be acting phony. Like, Oni, you the opposite of Boney. Like, TNT, I wanna have us a 3D, make it a movie. DVD, all of us got our phone at a B&B. Polishers like they eatery, none of these other ever seeing me. Money, I don't wanna talk about money. I don't think that I just talk about money. I wanna talk about money.
That's it, I'm done. Fuck this. There's a minute left of this song still. I'm not listening to the rest of that. I genuinely, it's a similar effect I get whenever someone sends me a TikTok video. I can feel my brain cells just vanishing. On a musical skill and impressiveness level, possibly the worst thing I've heard this year. That is so aggravatingly low effort and boring and unintelligible. I can't understand what you're saying. What are you doing, man? That is some of the worst shit I've ever heard. The beat behind it, what the hell is that? That sounds like a liminal space video backing track. Oh god, what happened to hip hop, man? Bring back the Beastie Boys and Public Enemy. Jesus. Ah, that really's got me worked up. That was so offensive. You will very rarely hear me use that word and mean it. But that is offensive to music. Aside from the Abba one, which I kind of foresaw that being monumentally dreadful, this is the worst one. This has no redeeming quality at all. Typically ABBA is the complete opposite of what I look for in music, but this is just as bad. I can't even put into words how bad what I just heard is. And the fact of the matter is, I know this kind of music is popular right now, right? Which is why I don't call myself a hip-hop fan. Because if I say that, current day, people are going to assume I'm talking about this, which I am not. This is absolute garbage, and I wish them misfortune. I hope you got something out of this, because I feel like I've just been assaulted. Definitely the first one and the last one were the worst. Everything in the middle was meh, but not as bad as I was clenching for. I hope this is a interesting change of pace for you, and actually there's part of me that hopes that you don't enjoy this, because I don't know if I can do this again. But if you do, then I'm willing to temporarily at least put my sanity on the line for your entertainment. Based on these 5 pieces of filth, if you have any suggestions similar, not necessarily similar to these, but this gives you a gist of stuff that I think is very bad, leave some in the comments down below. Maybe I could consider continuing this as a series, but we'll see about that. This is all horrible. I'm gonna go and have a shower now and like scrub my tongue. Thank you for watching. I've still not thought of how to end videos yet. You know what I'm gonna say. Go away.